If the excitement of fans around Shankara Vara Prasad Garu could be translated into Chiranjeevi's old dialogues, it would sound something like this.
ప్రతిదీ ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చెప్పమంటాడు.
About the release.
In France, there is crocodile festival.
If the film delivers the long-awaited comeback, the reaction would be. When the trailer is trolled, the instinctive response becomes.
Mister, మాటలు జాగ్రత్త.
And when doubts are raised about the film's fate,
చెయ్యి చూడు ఎంత రఫ్ గా ఉంది. రఫ్ పడించేస్తాను.
Playful as it may seem, this excitement reveals something deeper. It is not built on scale or spectacle, but on memory, on a version of Chiranjeevi that Telugu audience feel that they have not been able to celebrate freely in a long time. That emotion is easy to dismiss as nostalgia, but it is worth understanding why it exists. Telugu cinema may now be synonymous with scale and opulence, but at its heart, it still leans on films involving familial stories, humor, comfort, and warmth. Qualities that thrive in collective viewing. Megastar Chiranjeevi, more than most stars, have been central to that cinema in his peak. His films were not merely watched, they were celebrated across generations. Now he is coming back with Shankara Vara Prasad Garu, a genre which is his strong zone. So let's now try and understand why Shankara Vara Prasad Garu is a very important film in Megastar Chiranjeevi's career and also for audience as well.
రాననుకున్నారా
రాలేననుకున్నావు.
చిరంజీవి అద్దల మొక్క చూసుకోమన్నారా? ఏమైంది? మెగా స్టార్
4 దశాబ్దాలు పైగా ఆయన చేసిన ప్రతి పాత్రకి జీవం పోశారు. తెలుగు సినిమాస్ మోస్ట్ సెలబ్రేటెడ్ నేమ్, పద్మ విభూషణ్, గిన్నిస్ బుక్ ఆఫ్ వరల్డ్ రికార్డ్ హోల్డర్, మెగాస్టార్ డాక్టర్ చిరంజీవి.
Point number 1. Comedy, Chiranjeevi's strong space. Chiranjeevi's relationship with comedy has never been incidental. It was not a phase or a genre experiment. It was a foundation. From Chantabbai to Shankar Dada MBBS and Andarivadu and the recent Walter Veeraya, his humor works not because it was loud, but because it was relatable. He played men who were quirky, awkward, vulnerable, occasionally ridiculous, and completely at ease with that vulnerability. The comedy came from reaction, timing, and physical rhythm rather than punchline density. In Chantabbai, the laughs emerged from his complete lack of competence as the detective. In Shankar Dada MBBS, though it is a remake, humor flows from character interactions rather than jokes. His comedy never undercuts emotion, it supports it. That is why these films aged well. They were not dependent on topical jokes or contemporary references. They were rooted in character behavior, which is why they still circulate widely through clips, memes, and dialogue callbacks decades later. After years of chasing scale, mass elevation, and pan-India positioning, this return to comedy feels less like strategy and more like instinct. It feels like an actor gravitating back to a space where performance mattered more than posturing. Number 2. The quieter strength of family drama. What often gets overlooked in discussions about Megastar Chiranjeevi's comic timing is how closely it overlaps with his another strength, family emotions. Films like Daddy, Jagadeka Veerudu, Atiloka Sundari, Swayam Krushi, Rudraveena, Annaya, Andarivadu, and even parts of Shankar Dada MBBS work because he understands domestic emotion instinctively. He plays father, son, flawed men negotiating responsibility with a softness that rarely turns performative. Even if the film falters structurally, those emotional beats land because Chiranjeevi grounds them in restraint. This is why family audience have historically embraced him. That context is important for Shankara Vara Prasad Garu. The anticipation around it is not about seeing Chiranjeevi conquer again. It is about seeing him relax again and emote without burden. If the film understands that balance, it does not need to chase vintage glory. It only needs to trust what once came naturally to him. It is also important to remember that nostalgia is unforgiving when it is summoned without substance. Audience embrace callbacks only when they are earned with honesty. Otherwise, they turn into uncomfortable reminders of what once worked and no longer does. That is why this project matters more than its box office fate. Number 3. The Anil Ravipudi equation. Director Anil Ravipudi enters the space with a very different comedic rhythm. His films thrive on escalation, repetition, and heightened chaos. They are built for loud theatrical response and broad family appeal. Chiranjeevi's comedy, by contrast, works best when it breathes, when silence, pause, and physical timing are allowed space. The success of this collaboration depends on whether the writing adapts to the actor rather than forcing the actor into a preset comic template. And last but not least, between anticipation and anxiety, the groundwork for Shankara Vara Prasad Garu reflects legacy. The positioning is clear, a family entertainer. For a star navigating a difficult low phase, the intent is visible. And yet, beneath the surface excitement, there is also unease. The trailer response has been mixed, and that has shaped the conversation more than anything else. Beyond Chiranjeevi's presence, little in the recently released trailer has inspired confidence. The visuals have drawn criticism, the humor has felt uncertain, and the overall cinematic polish has raised questions. For a comeback film, that is not a small concern. This is where the emotion quietly turns into anxiety. That sense that the film is leaning heavily on the star while the surrounding craft struggles to keep up. In today's theatrical ecosystem, that imbalance is very risky. Even legends are no longer insulated from it. Still, the choice of genre offers hope. It is important to be clear about one thing. This is not a collapse of confidence. His ability to draw audience remains unquestioned. Whether Shankara Vara Prasad Garu becomes a genuine comeback or a missed opportunity will depend on something far simpler than hype. It will depend on whether the film allows Chiranjeevi to relax into himself again. This Sankranthi, that emotional connection more than scale or spectacle will decide everything. What do you think about the trailer and how excited are you for this film? Mention that in the comments below. I hope you like this video. For more such videos, you do mention your thoughts in comment section below. And all the Sankranthi releases, Jananayagan, The Raja Saab, Parashakti, Shankara Vara Prasad Garu, there is Raviteja film, Bharat Mahashivlaku Vignapti, and then Nari Nari Nadumamrari, covering all of them. I will bring that to you as early as possible, maybe celebration, first show, early morning show, also with public reaction. To not miss any of that, do like, share and subscribe to our channel. With Sanjay Panappa, this is Maruti Acharya and you're watching India Today.